What's up YouTube? For today's video, we have a full cloud Pokemon team. Ryan, this one is for you. If you'd like your custom theme team, you can become a Patreon. The link is in the description of the video. You can also request a custom Pokemon sweep or a Pokemon of your choice as well. Thank you to all the people who are Patreons at the moment, have been for a long time or a short time. I really appreciate the support on my channel. Now, some of the Pokemon they actually suggested weren't quite in the game, so I had to make a couple of little tweaks to the team. I did find some cloud-like Pokemon. I guess you could say they're like fluffy sort of looking Pokemon too, to fill in the team. All right, we got a couple of battles. These ones were done on my Twitch stream, I believe. And we have a Pelipper lead. And Pelipper is going to be, this whole team is actually a rain team. So this team that I've got is actually pretty weak. To be honest, like, it's actually really, really weak. So it's a really big challenge using this team. So we're going to be starting off with a Focus / Ghastly here. And the whole idea is to get as many attacks off as possible. And then maybe, you know, Destiny Bond the next Pokemon. And try and take two out at once. So we're going to poison that Pelipper there. It's going to blow my Ghastly away. I don't know how that works, right? Ghastly's like a ghost. I feel like that wind should just like go right through it. Anyway, so we're going to live with the Focus Dash there. I do poison the Pelipper with the Sludge Bomb, which is really, really good. Now, I can go for another Shadow Ball here to take it out. A Sludge Bomb, I could take anything out here and get rid of their Drizzle Pokemon altogether. Because I know like they're very, very weak to not having any rain on the field. Because that means all their fast Pokemon are going to be slow. Now we got the Ferrothorn coming in. I thought Ferrothorn may come in. That's why I went for a Shadow Ball there. And Shadow Ball hits Ferrothorn reasonably hard. Now, this was a fairly pretty big part in the game here. I was thinking, how am I going to get rid of this Ferrothorn? The only way to get around it right is Destiny Bond. As you'll be able to see what sets I'm running on these, they're kind of bad. So we got an Iron Head from Ferrothorn, and Ferrothorn, well, it takes itself out and the Ghastly at the same time. So we got a double KO. I'm really, really happy about that one because, man, I didn't have a lot of options to take that out. Now, that was a max speed, max special attack Ghastly, and timid nature. You really need to be running timid on that whole line. They really love their speed. Alright, so we got the Raichu coming out here. I've got Eldegoss. So this is a bulky Leech Seed, Poison Powder. Yes, it doesn't get toxic. My favorite healing move, and Giga Drain. So we got a Fake Out coming there from the Raichu. It's not going to do a lot of damage. The item I've got on this is Leftovers as well. I'm definitely going to be running a max health and max special defense set. So Raichu's going to be swapping out there. And now we got Barrascuda coming out, which is interesting. A Barrascuda is an absolute monster in the rain. I went for a Leech Sheet there. Leech Sheet looks like super, super cool coming from Eldegoss. Like the little seeds, you can actually see them flying. You know, there's I forgot the exact name for them were. They're like a little white sort of, they look sort of like a cottony sort of seed, and they fly around and I don't know, they make weeds everywhere. Anyway, so we got the Leech Seed on the Barrascuda there. The rain has gone, which is really good. Obviously, they didn't have the damp rock on their Pelipper either. So I can go for a Giga Drain here. I know this thing's going to have some sort of, you know, powerful attack to hit me with, but I was sure I could definitely live it, and I do, and that's going to be a Poison Jab. It's super effective, and it's got a Life Orb on top of it, but since I was running a bulky set there, I'm able to get rid of that Barrascuda in one Giga Drain. So I had no special attack EVs. Barrascuda isn't what you call a bulky Pokemon. It's a glass cannon, a very, very crazy Pokemon in the rain, though. So things are going like super, super well, considering you know, the quite threatening Pokemon there. So we got the Pelipper still. I know that it's going to probably come back in and set that rain up again, and it's got that rain going. I guess the good thing about it's only going to be for 5 turns, and I'm also assuming that Raichu is probably going to be making use of Thunder in the rain. So we got a Hurricane from the Pelipper, and I'm going to go down to that one. Not much I could have done there. Pelipper's really strong because it can set up the Drizzle and then go straight away for a Hurricane, which is pretty powerful. Okay, so Pelipper's only got one more turn, and the Toxic is going to take it out. So I thought, let's swap in Wooloo. So this wasn't an amazing set, but it was pretty much the best I could come up with. So we've got a Rest, Sleep, Talk, Cotton Guard Double Edge set. We have got max health and max special defense, Sassy Nature, and we're going to be boosting our defense with Cotton Guard. We got the Everlight as the item, and boy, it gets very, very bulky on the physical side for sure. And we just put all the rest into special, so I can tank like a couple of special moves, right? So Pelipper's going to go down for the initial poison that Ghastly gave it earlier on. Man, that actually was really, really good. And now we got Ludicolo coming. Ludicolo is a monster in the rain, just like Barrascuda. And we've got a Fake Out that's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Usually you see special Ludicolo sets. So now it's going to go for an Ice Beam. I thought it may be going for like a just a water type move, like a Hydro Pump or something like that. I went for a rest because I was like, damn, I'm probably only just going to live a water type move in the rain there, and I lived pretty well, so we're going to go all the way back to full health, and I can't really do a lot. I was sort of like trying to stall out the rain here, because now that Pelipper's gone right, it couldn't set it up. So we're going to go for a sleep talk here, and hopefully we don't get rest, we get double edge for a little bit of damage, and we're going to get rest, unfortunately. First team, you know what, it's nothing new to me, I always get rest, right? Also, at the moment, I am on holiday, so this will be a pre-upload. I've done quite a few theme teams already in a row. I'll be back, not tomorrow, I've got another upload going up tomorrow, and then the next day I should be back then. So hope you guys have been enjoying the theme teams all week. I've been banging them out each day. Okay, so I'm going to get a Sleep Talk rest twice in a row, which is amazing. And now Ludicolo finally goes for a stab move. The rain has run out. Energy Ball still doesn't do a lot of damage. I just went for a double edge again. I probably could have gone for another rest there and stalled out this Ludicolo, but I didn't want to do that. I was pretty happy with how that went. I could have a little bit of an answer to this Ludicolo a little bit later on. So we're going to get hit by another Ice Beam. Down goes the Wooloo. I've still got 3 Pokemon remaining, and so have they. So we're going to be bringing Swirlix here. I was kind of hoping they'd go for an Energy Ball, then I could go for an Endeavor, and that would kick in my Leechy Berry with Unburden. I could outspeed it with Play Rough and take it out. Max speed, max attack, Adamant Nature. Alright, so we're going to hit by an Ice Beam. Unfortunately, it didn't go for Energy Ball. I feel I would have just lived the Energy Ball, and then my plan would have come to fruition, but it didn't. And now, man, look, I actually don't think this Ludicolo has got a water type move. It's got Grass Stab, but it doesn't have water, which is interesting. Okay, so down goes my Swirlix and into Whimsicott. So I thought on this team, right, you're probably wondering about Ghastly's on this team. Ghastly's sort of like a gas cloud. That's why I put it on this team. So a little bit interesting kind of a team pick there. But I thought it suited. I couldn't have Mareep on this team. If you were wondering, and Altaria. Okay, so I'm going to hit by the Ice Beam there. Ludicolo takes my Psychic or Moonblast, and I'm going to go for another Moonblast, and finally Ludicolo goes down. It took a while to take this boy out. Okay, so we got Raichu left and one other Pokemon. So Raichu, I know, has got Fake Out, right? So I was wondering, is Fake Out going to be enough to take me out, or will I live it? And I lived it on 4 health, which is really, really cool. Now I can go for a Moonblast, hoping I can maybe drop the special attack of the Raichu. I knew that I wouldn't take it out. Raichu's special defense is actually pretty good. And they went for a Thunder, so maybe they didn't have any other moves to me, and then they missed me, and then they had Fate. I'm like, what the heck is this set? So they had Fake Out, Fate, and Thunder, so a very, very interesting set on their Raichu. Okay, so now we're going to bring in the Eevee here. Now, Eevee can go for a Retaliate, it can go for a Bite, or a Double Kick, even an Iron Tail, right? So I thought Retaliate could be my best option here. Or I could go for a Dynamax. So we only have 2 minutes left in the battle. This person took a long while to make their moves. Like a seriously, seriously long while. Now we got the Quick Claw activation, which is absolutely awesome. I like how Quick Claw activates before you go into your Dynamax or G-Max form. It gives you the indication that you've already got the, the first step. So going into Eevee, I thought this would be a good replacement for Altaria because it's very, very cloud and fluffy-like, and that's the best I could possibly do coming up with Pokemon, right? Eventually, we should get, those other Pokemon in the game. Okay, so now we got a double Dynamax here, or G-Max and Dynamax. So obviously they thought, well, I might be able to live this attack and take this Eevee out. So considering Eevee is my last Pokemon. So we got a big Raichu. I'm not going to write you guys a love song today. Maybe tomorrow. And it's going to get some more health back. Now, I went for the G-Max Cuddle on this one. Now, G-Max Cuddle is a really cool move. If you are the opposite gender to the Eevee, right, you can get infatuated. It's like using Attract. Okay, so we have 55 seconds remaining, or 53 seconds remaining, and they've only got one more Pokemon left, so I'm in a pretty dang good position here to go for a nice, strong stab attack. So waiting for them to make their move at the moment. They're really, trying to stall things out here. They've got a Seismitoad as their last Pokemon. I know straight away that I can outspeed and take a lot of their health off, right? And, I'm definitely going to win. So the last Pokemon is Seismitoad. I quickly pick I'm going to, make sure I pick my move before the time runs out. So now they've got 20 seconds, right? And they're going to take this timer all the way down to 0, which is, I was like, okay, that's fine. I know that I'm going to be able to get a bigger, stronger hit in. I mean, even if I had, something like Drain Punch, I felt that I could definitely do a lot more damage to it back. So we got 5 more seconds, 4 more seconds, 3 more seconds, 2 more seconds, 1 more second. And guess what happens, people? guess what happens? The timer is on 0 for a while, right? I picked my move earlier on. Remember, I picked my move earlier on. Still nothing is happening, right? And then it says I lost. I'm like, what the hell? How did I even lose, right? Because I picked my move earlier on, right? I'd say I would have had more health. I don't know why I lost that battle. Like, that was so much BS. Maybe someone in the comment section can explain why. It must have gone on a countback, but I feel I picked my move first, so the opponent should have had to pick their move, right? They should have been forced to. Anyway, we got another battle here. This one's against Tito, and we got a Blastoise lead. This one was also on my stream, so I was pretty salty about losing that first battle. I really wanted to see how much my last attack would do. So, fortunately, they actually picked 4 Pokemon. They probably seen my team in the preview and thought, well, this is a pile of trash, so I'll just bring 4 Pokemon. Okay, so we got a Blastoise there going for the dang pulse. That's going to take my Ghastly down on 1 health. So I thought, okay, well, Blastoise is going to be a really, really big problem here. Let's go for a Destiny Bond and bury one of their Pokemon already. Then they'll only have 3 Pokemon left. And since my team isn't overly strong, you know, this should be a reasonable matchup. Now they're going to swap their Blastoise out. It's like, I wonder why they swapped their Blastoise out. That was like super weird. And they swapped it into a Psychic type too, which is very, very... I don't know. I was like, are they stream sniping or not? I'm not sure. Like, you usually wouldn't swap a Psychic type into a... a ghost-type Pokemon. Anyway, that's how it was. I can't really do too much at the moment because Espeon is going to be able to outspeed my Ghastly, and I kind of already, shown that I was going to do a Destiny Bond, so the surprise is sort of gone there. So, I was actually waiting for them to make their move, and they're going to do another swap out, and now they're going to go into Gigalith. So, like, okay, that's, yeah, that's my Ghastly gone for sure. So go for a Shadow Ball here. Obviously, I want to hit the Espeon with a Shadow Ball, but they didn't want that. Also, they didn't want to take me out because the Destiny Bomb was still in effect. So they're not going to have Sandstorm, Sandstream, so that was kind of good. So I was actually able to get another attack off. Then I thought, let's go for another Destiny Bond, or I could go for another Shadow Ball. Like, they don't know what I'm going to do, so I just opted to go for that, and they're going to set Stealth Rock up on my Destiny Bond. I did kind of see that one coming. It was sort of like a 50-50 chance. The good thing is I've seen pretty much all their team revealed. So out of the 6 Pokemon that I saw at the start, I can go for another Shadow Ball here, or I could go for another Destiny Bond. Getting rid of that Destiny Bond, like continually using it over, I don't know, like I feel like that was... I'm sort of like salty about that nerf to that move. Alright, so Gigalith is going to hang on. It went for an Earthquake. I think they definitely expected me to swap, or they forgot that this whole evolution line doesn't have Cursed Body, they actually have Levitate. I have seen a few people forget that. So I went for a Shadow Ball here, and I'm going to take out the Gigalith. So I'm guessing they probably forgot, or they thought I'd swap. I'm not really too sure there. Anyway, so Ghastly has got 3 more Pokemon to contend with, and these Pokemon were like more than enough to, definitely rumble up the rest of my team. So we've got Espeon coming in on full health. I can't outspeed this, even with Timid Nature. Espeon's got good speed, good special attack. There's really no hope I can actually do anything more to this. I would have actually liked to get rid of that rather than the Gigalith, right? Because at least it was a slow Pokemon. So Ghastly's going to go down to the Shadow Ball. I've still got 5 Pokemon remaining. And, Ghastly was actually probably one of the better Pokemon on this team, to believe it or not. All right, so now we got Wooloo coming in here. Now, Wooloo can go for a Double Edge. I know that it can live a Psychic from Espeon. Espeon may try and set up Calm Mind as well, and if it does, I should be able to live a +1 Calm Mind Psychic and hit it with a couple of Double Edges. Okay, so we got a Psychic coming from the Espeon there. I tanked that one really, really well, so I'd say I probably would have nearly lived a +2 there. Okay, so taking some recoil from the Double Edge, and I know that I'm going to go down this turn, but I just want to get some sort of like damage on this Espeon set, right? Alright, so Espeon's going to go for another Psychic on my Wooloo, and Wooloo is going to go down. So suddenly the battle is definitely, like I said before, these Pokemon were pretty good, so it didn't matter that I brought 6. It was definitely already, fairly even. So we're going to go to Eldegoss now. I can't really do too much apart from going for Giga Drain. I should be able to take these attacks from Espeon fairly well. And now we got a Shadow Ball coming for Espeon. Well, like I said, this was a bulky special defense set, so I take that really well. Unfortunately for me, they do get a special defense drop. And my Giga Drain actually does okay damage. I can take the Espeon out in 1 more hit. Then I was thinking, maybe I should swap out my Eldegoss here, right? Get a Regenerator boost, if I didn't mention it was Regenerator, and maybe sack off one of my other weaker Pokemon like Swirlix. you know, may not do anything in this battle, and I can preserve all the health of my Eldegoss. Anyway, before I could do anything, they're going to swap out and go into Goodra. I decided, I was like, bugger, I can actually stay in, take that next move, and then swap out and get a regenerated boost anyway. But Goodra's going to come in and actually get the Sap Sipper. So I was like, damn, that sucks. I was wondering if this was running a physical set or not, or is this like a, you know, a special one with Sap Sipper ability. So I can go for a Poison Powder here. That's sort of my best bet. And now we got a Sludge Bomb from the Goodra. It hits me a lot harder due to that special defense drop. And Poison Powder misses. That was so unfortunate. I'm going to get a little bit of leftover recovery here. And now I'm starting to think about that regenerated boost. Should I swap out? Should I stay? I was like, bugger, let's swap out. We'll go into Swirlix. I don't think Swirlix is going to be very handy in this battle. It's going to most likely get outsped by everything. I could have swapped it in and gone for a Play Rough, but you know, I'd rather sack that one off and keep the Eldegoss alive with a little bit more health and get that regenerator boost going. So now we're going to go into the Whimsicott here. Whimsicott can go for a Moonblast, and that could do some pretty good damage to Goodra. Goodra's got a lot of like bulk to it, so I definitely wasn't expecting to take this thing out in one shot if it did stay in it. So go for that Moonblast here on the Goodra. I would have probably needed a crit to take Goodra out in one shot, and maybe even a crit wouldn't have taken it out. And it's going to have weakness policy from the Moonblast. I was like, oh my goodness. This is not good. I guess the only saving grace here is that Goodra is actually a very, very slow Pokemon. And I was able to probably like revenge KO it if I could. So down goes my, I nearly said Cottony there, my Whimsicott, because that's 4 times weak to poison. And we're going to bring in the Eevee now. Now, Eevee was the MVP of the last battle, even though I feel like I shouldn't have lost that one. I could go for a G-Max here, or I could go for a Retaliate. I was really thinking like, I could go for a Retaliate, right? It doesn't have Gooey, so I won't drop my speed. Let's go for the Retaliate and finish off this Goodra. Get that double base power on the last Pokemon getting KO'd. And down goes Goodra. So that was a really good KO there. The ability on this was adaptability too. So the normal type moves were hitting pretty hard. Even though Eevee's attack isn't greatest in the world, it sort of like makes up for it. Alright, the next Pokemon we got is the Blastoise. So Blastoise was the Pokemon that sort of dodged the Destiny Bond at the start, and the Pokemon that I was very much worried about. So I really don't have a lot of options here. All I've got is my Eldegoss and my Eevee left. And we got the Blastoise going for the Aura Sphere here. That would have absolutely ended my Eevee in like one shot there. So I'm able to tank that one. I know that Blastoise probably has access to Ice Beam or something like that. Or if it's a physical set, I'm guessing it's going to have all special moves. So Ice Beam's definitely coming my way. I can go for a Giga Drain here. So I actually half actually thinking about going for the Dynamax. Then I was like, I have to go for the, I've got to go for the G-Max on Eevee, so it can be big and floofy, right? So down goes my Eldegoss. All I've got left now is my Eevee, and Eevee has got to take out Blastoise and Espeon. Espeon I was a little bit worried about because I'm going to have to somehow outspeed that. And Blastoise, I'm confident I can actually outspeed the Blastoise. Now, it was a thing, right? Will Blastoise be able to live a Retaliate? And I was thinking, yes, it will be able to live a Retaliate. And if I don't go for a G-Max right now and go for my, I nearly said my Z move, then my G-Spot move, I actually don't think I'll have a chance of actually taking it up. So we're going to go into the big old fluffy cloud Eevee here. Look, listen to that roar, people, that big Eevee roar. Now, I can go for its G-Max move, G-Max Cuddle. And as I said before, right, G-Max Cuddle has a chance of infatuation. Now they're going to go for a Dynamax on their Blastoise, which is probably their best bet because, you know, Blastoise is a very bulky Pokemon. And I'm going to need like some really, really strong hits to actually get around this. They probably expected me to go for the Retaliate too. So it was a good thing I didn't go for Retaliate because I never would have taken out that Blastoise, not in a million years. So now we're going to go for the G-Max Cuddle. I do outspeed the Blastoise, which is really good. I do some really solid damage there. So that is a 2-hit KO. And I get the Infatuation on the Blastoise, which is like super, super good. And Blastoise actually gets immobilized by love. That was a very, very big thing because Blastoise could have gone for a Max Knuckle on my Eevee there. And that could have possibly taken me out. Getting the quicker activation there, it didn't matter because I still outsped the Blastoise. As I mentioned, I was running max speed and max attack animal nature. And Blastoise goes down to the second Cuddle. That is absolutely crazy. So I didn't think I'd be able to get around Blastoise at all. I'll be honest. Like, I thought I was going to get Shrek. So the last Pokemon we got left is the Espeon. And I've got one more turn of Dynamax. I've got to make this thing count. I could go for a Max Darkness. I could go for any move. If it does go for a Protect, if it does have Protect, it's still going to hit it like super, super hard. So I can go for my G-Max Cuddle and take out the Espeon. I believe Espeon shouldn't be able to take me out with one shot. It's going to go for the Psychic there. Psychic hits really hard, but I'm actually able to live that one just due to me having like a lot more health due to the G-Max. And Espeon is going to go down. And that, my friends, is the second battle game there. I didn't think I actually win that one. That Blastoise was super, super scary. And just before the battle ended, they actually, I think they decided to DC right here. Yes, they DC'd. Salty DC. Anyway, thank you for the battle, tits. And I hope you guys enjoyed both these battles. And I'll catch you probably for a sweep tomorrow. Peace.